Hello, welcome once again. In this edition, we are going to look into the home menu. Uh, we have first in the clipboard. Now, what we have on the clipboard is the copy, cut, and paste. Now, there are sometimes you have some sentence, paragraph, a whole page, a lot of pages of the same document, or you want to take something from a website on the internet. Okay, if it's all about typing, you don't have to waste your time retyping it. If you need the same thing in the same document, maybe in another place in the same document, or you need it in another document, you don't need to retype it over again. Typing can take you about, let's say, 5-10 minutes. Or with clipboard, cut, copy, and paste, you can easily take it from where you need it and put it where you you can take it from where you have it and put it where you need it. That is cut. Cut means I don't need it there again. I want it in another place. Copy. Okay, I still need I need it in another place at the same time. So then you paste there, put it there. Okay, put it where I need it. That is so simple as that. Now, how do we do that? How to copy, cut, comma, cut, and paste. Now, but before you can make any changes effect on any of the aspects of your document right from now, you need to learn how to select, or what we call highlight. There are two ways of doing that. You can use your mouse or you can use your keyboard, which is the fast way. We call it shortcut. Now, using the mouse, you click your mouse, the left button, you click it down, then you drag across. Now, if it is something that is more than just one line, then for example, if I have about, let's say, 10-20 lines there, I can start from right here and click down and still continue dragging it down until I get to the last line of the areas that I want to copy or cut. Or you can use your keyboard using the shift key. You will say shift key on your keyboard, then use the 4-arrow key at your left on your keyboard. Now, depends on the direction. Where do you start and where you are going? If you start from the left, you are going. You are using the right arrow to move to the right. If you start from the right, you are starting from the right. Left now. Use the right arrow, the left arrow to move. If I start from the left, then I use the right arrow. If I start up by the right, then I'm going down. I will use the left. If I start from the bottom, from the right hand side, then I have to use the up button. That is if you have more than one line. Now, after you copy, then the next thing you need to, after you highlight, the next thing is to cut or copy. You can realize that without the highlight, the copy, cut, and paste remain dormant. Okay, it is inactive until we highlight or select, whichever way you call it. So the highlight become active. When you cut, it means it's not there anymore. Okay, I don't need it here. Then you can take it to where you need it. Okay, then you paste. Okay, just click on paste. Now, like you see, there is shortcut. What I mean shortcut, anytime I mention shortcut, I'm talking about using the keyboard instead of the mouse. Now, the shortcut for copy is Ctrl X. Press the Ctrl down until you press S. Don't release the Ctrl. Then if you want to copy, okay, that is Ctrl C, highlight. Okay, then you copy, Ctrl C, or you click on this, then you can paste it wherever you want it. That is by clicking on paste or Ctrl V if you continue clicking. Now, the next thing we have in there is under the font. As you can see, we are gradually formatting our document to look more better. So the more you apply all these features, the better. Now let me say, go on the style once and for all. Now when you look under the style, you have different style based on the formatting. Okay, the most especially has to do with the spacing, the kind of heading, the title, the subtitle you want to use. But better still, if you are confused about all the aspects, better choose no spacing. Okay, just use no spacing as your default style that you want to use. So if you want to space it, we are still going to talk about that. So when you choose no spacing, then let's start formatting. The first thing we have on the front is the style. What kind of style we're talking about? Just the character. How do you want the character to look like? Depends on the document you are preparing. Is it an official document? Is it just something you send to a friend? So you choose the character based on the document, and then the size, that is font size. How big or small do you want your characters, your font to look like? You can also use this. The small a is to grow, is to reduce it, that is shrinking the front. Then this is to increase the font. Then the bold is to make it thick. Let me use a simple font. So make it thick, make it more bold. Then the italics, I for italics, and then U for underline. Meanwhile, we have different kind of underline. When you click a button beside it, you have double underline, the thick underline, and dotted one. So you choose the choice. Then let me move to the sentence, the case changing. Okay, changing of case, the default is always sentence. First character there is always in capital letter. All others one is in small letter. That is the first. That is the default case we always have. Not just of a line. When you put a full stop and you start typing something else, automatically it will recognize this as capital letter. You start typing with a full stop, you start another thing, it's going to recognize as when that doesn't use the sentence case. Then we also have in there the lowercase, all in small letter, you uppercase, all in capital letter, capitalize where each word is starting in capital letters, and then the toggle is that is starting in small letter. Each word is starting in small letter. Now there are sometimes you've already typed and you realize this has to be small letter, or you have to be capital letter, or whatever. You don't have to delete and start typing again. You just highlight it and go to text changer and change it. Then let's talk about the font color. So you change the color based on your preference, based on what you want to use it for. Then the highlight, okay, the highlight, the background, okay, the highlight color. So if you want that, then what else do we have that if you want to clear everything with format? That is clear format except for the highlight. You say no highlight, okay, no color rather. So then we also have in there are some things we omit. Don't forget, like I purposely omit this, and I'm still going to just strike through. So clear now, strike through. Then you still have, you remove it. Then we have the subscript and superscript, which we can call for base and raised to power. Now I'm typing the 7, okay, base, okay. When you are to remove it, if you don't remove it, all other things you are going to be typing will be in base, okay. You need to click it back again. Click on the subscript, okay. Don't forget, we're talking about the shortcut. They all have shortcuts. Okay, when you put your mouse there, it shows you the shortcut. The keyboard faster way of applying those things. Put your mouse and leave it, you see the shortcut. So you need to master that to work faster. Then we have the superscript, which is raised to power. Okay. Then when you are through, remove it. Then what else do we have there? I think that's all what we have on the font. Then let's move forward to the paragraph. The first thing we have on the paragraph is the bullet. Okay, bullet. Now I want to list a point, and I don't want to mention, I don't want to number it. Excuse me. So all you need to do is to indicate this. The point is another point. For example, they are, okay. Enter. Click on bullet. Okay. First point. When you are through with fourth point, press enter. Second point. Third point. So you continue typing until you are through. Mind you, a point can go as many lines as possible, not until you press enter. And sometimes there is a paragraph between the a point. For example, okay, I still need a paragraph here, so I press enter again, then use my tab key on the keyboard, then enter. Now I need another bullet here, so I still have to go back and click on the bullet. Okay, so then the same thing we discussed is applicable to number, but before that you still have more bullet there. If you don't like that, you can choose, or you go to define a bullet, choose them between symbol, picture or font, then you click on your preference. Okay, click on your preference and click OK. Meanwhile, the alignment of the font, do you want it right, the left, or in the center? Okay, so that is on the font. The center, like I said, is applicable to numbering. Okay, they are numbering. Okay, so click on numbering. That's the default. You still have other numbering. Press enter. Everything we discussed earlier. You have other numbering there, ABC, Roman figure, and the likes. So you choose. Then there are sometimes want to define new numbering. Okay, new numbering. You want it to start from. Okay, let's say 1, 2, 3 this time around, and I want it to start from. Let's say 8. Okay, I want it to start from. Sorry. Okay. Define new, set new number value, define new number format. Oh, I clicked on the format before. Set new numbering. That is this. Maybe I want it to set new numbering value. Okay. Where do I want it to start? So maybe I want it to start from this Y. Okay, so YZAA blah 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 like that. So that is on numbering. Then we have the numbering style. Okay, multi-level. We have A, and under A we have Roman figure and the likes. Then we have the alignment. Okay, we have 4 major types of alignment. Alignment is the position you want your typing to start from, and where do you want it to end. Now when you look at the one we have there, the default is always the left alignment from the left to the right. Okay, that's the default one. Then we have the center alignment, very good for writing title of your document. Okay, so okay, so you start from the middle, press enter, is still going to start from that middle, spread over. So if you are writing the title and you want to put it in the center, you don't have to use your tab or use your space bar on your keyboard. Use your alignment. Then you have the right one to start from the right to the left. The typing start from the right hand side to the left. When you press enter, you go back to that same position. And then the justify, which is always good for the body of your document. After writing the diagram and whatever you want to do, the body of the document should be justified, so that you can have a perfect straight line, both right and left. Now look at it from the diagram, from the tools. You can see that justify is having a perfect straight line, while this one for the right element, the right hand side says, but the left is not straight. For the center, both the right and left is not straight. Okay, then the left alignment, the left hand side will be straight, and then the right is not straight. Then we are going to talk again about spacing. Now, I told you choose the line spacing, no spacing as as your style. Now, which means if you decide you want to space it, you can come to line spacing and then choose in between the line spacing we have there. We still have some other option there. 1.5. What if I don't want to use 1.5 and I don't want to use 2.0? Maybe 2.0 is too much, 1.5 is too small. Then I will click on line spacing option. So under here, multiples off. You can use any one, or I think the multiples is the one, then 1 point, let's say 7. Okay, and I'll click OK. So any other adjustment there, you work on it. If you want to give it a background color, okay, you can do so. If you want to put a border across, that's how to do that. Then here we have decrease indent and we have increase indent, just like your tab. The only thing is that the tab can only move forward, it can't go backward, so you take note of that. Then you also have one important thing there, that is what we use to sort. Okay, Mike, okay, John, Sir Adam. Okay, and so on. So I want to arrange. It could be number. Don't forget, it's not compulsory. It should be text. So I want to alphabetically arrange this. Now I have choice in between ascending or descending. Ascending from the smaller to the bigger one, while descending from the bigger. In terms of alphabet, we're talking about A to Z or Z to A. So if I use ascending and I click OK to rearrange it, okay, that's the A, then J, M, M. So that is what we have on this aspect of our tutorial, the whole menu. Now, if you are going to put that together, all you need to do, okay, let's put it as an assignment. You just type a sentence, okay, type a sentence, how to copy, cut and paste. You highlight, use no spacing, copy, then paste into 5. Let's say 5 lines. I'm using the shortcut, the keyboard. You can see that I'm not clicking paste. I can do that, enter. Then let's use that now, paste, 5 lines, enter to create paragraph. Okay, I think that's more than 5. Okay, now apply everything we've learned so far. Okay, the bold, the font, the size, then bold, italics, underline, sentence case, coloring, right? Then talking about bullet, let's say left alignment, let's say spacing 1, then background color. Do we need to put border? Okay, then the second paragraph. Okay, let's use this. Now take note of this. There are some font that is always in capital letter. You can change it. If you choose it, it's always in capital letter. And increase the size, bold, italics, use another underline. Then let's use numbering this time around, or let's use another numbering. Then center alignment, line spacing 1.5. Then we use that's background color. Okay, I didn't apply font color here. Then if I want to space it, I have the choice. Then go to the next paragraph, choose the font, increase the size. What kind of font is this? Then bold, italics, underline, tick on the line, and font color, that is uppercase. Then change this, the case, we change the case to lowercase. Alright, then what else? Let's use another bullet, this thing will run. Then right alignment, then spacing 2.0, background color. Then the next paragraph, let's okay, another font, increase the size, bold, italics. Let me use dotted line, capitalize each word. Then font color, let's use Roman figure. Then justify 2.5, background color. Then let me just use that. You can use another border. Okay, so this is a good example of what we just learned so far. So for the next lecture on insert. Thank you.